Welcome everybody, and today we're taking a look at the third film in the Adventure Calls Karl May at CCC box set from Eureka. So this third film is from 1964 and it is called The Shoot. I have heard of it being referred to also as Yellow Devil as well. It's directed by Robert Siodmak, who also have seen 11 other films from before. He's mostly been within the film noir genre with the likes of The Killers, Criss Cross, Phantom Lady and Cry of the City being my favourites. So this is an adventure film with a smattering of comedy on top. Clocks in at 118 minutes long. The likes of Lex Barker, Ralph Walter, and Rick Battaglia also returned from previous entries in this box set. But in addition to those, we've also got Dieter Bosch, who was also in The Mad Executioners, The Racetrack Murders, The Phantom of Soho, all three of those part of the Wallace Crimi box set, also from Eureka. Plus, he was also in one of the Dr. Mabuse films, Scotland Yard Hunts Dr. Mabuse, which is another box set that Eureka have released. So, like with several other actors that we've looked at so far in this box set, they have been included in previous box sets from Eureka as well. You've also got Chris Howland, who was also in The Mad Executioners. So, yeah, being West German films, obviously a lot of cross-pollination between these films and other West German films we talked about in the past. So when a villain named the Shoot terrorizes the constituents of the Albanian countryside, which he rules, heroic Kara Ben Nemzi and his sidekick are the only ones who can stop him. So this is the first of three films in which Lex Barker would play the role of Kara Ben Nemzi, the other two being included in this box set. And though there is definitely a lot to like about this adventure film, it is unfortunately let down by a not particularly interesting plot, inconsistent pacing, and a comedic aspect that does not fully work. Thankfully, though, the cast is mostly enjoyable to watch. The cinematography is on point. It's again shot in Eastman colour. And yeah, with the cinematography looking great, that means the locales look also equally as great as well, using some really nice landscapes and settings as well. The score is also rousing enough. There is some solid action throughout, and a couple of the attempts at humour do work. But yeah, unfortunately, because Ralph Walter is nowhere near as good of a sidekick as Winnetou was, played by Pierre Brice, yeah, he unfortunately is not making Lex Barker's role any better. In fact, I think he hampers it a little bit as well because he's far too. He doesn't really take anything seriously. He's far too comedic and not particularly clever and anything like that. And it just really does undermine any of the more serious scenes that are going on in this as well. So, yeah, on top of that, like I said, it's not particularly well paced, which wouldn't be bad enough if this film was 80, 90 minutes long, but it's nearly 2 hours, so poor pacing really does make this feel like a bit of a slog at times. So, unfortunately, this is going to get the lowest rating out of this box set so far at only 3 out of 5, which is a great shame because I really was expecting this to be excellent, given, the director I've seen many films from before that I've enjoyed. I don't think I've rated any of his films as low as this before. So, yeah, for whatever reason, this just did not work. So, yeah, shares the disc with the next film that we'll be looking at in the future through Wild Kurdistan. And there are some extras that are specific to this film as well. You've got an intro by Sir Christopher Frayling, which is the case for all of these films in this box set. Then you got Making Karl May's Orient Cycle archival documentary. So this is relevant to this one and the next two films. You've also got a specific trailer for this film and an English dub as well. Although that with the previous, I think it was Old Shatterhand that had a dub as well. Because this the dub is based on a shorter version of the film, sometimes it will go back into the original German language because it just isn't any English audio there available. So, yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a letdown. Yeah, just a real shame, to be honest. I was expecting this to be a lot better. But hopefully the next couple of films with the same character that Lex Barker plays do pick things up a little bit. But considering it seems like Ralph Walter is again going to be playing in this, and there's also an actress in the follow-up film, Marie Versini, who was in The Shoot as well, but since I've not seen anything else from her before, I didn't mention her, but she was actually fairly good in this, so she does the return for the next film as well. So hopefully the cast does make up for any issues that the next one has, but hopefully there aren't anywhere near the number of issues that The Shoot has had. So yeah, not a particularly great film, but still has enough going for it to make it a worth the watch. I just wish it had more of the positives of the previous two efforts that we've seen already. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen The Shoot before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.